One of the things that I enjoy most about living in Mexico and La Paz specifically is just the beauty. So the beauty of the people, the beauty of the land, the beauty of the sea. And today, that's what we're going to be exploring. You're going to see beautiful images that have been captured by my friend Leonardo. He has a YouTube channel, and we'll be sure to link to that. But we're going to be talking with him about what he sees, because he is really an explorer of this area and has produced beautiful videos, which you can see, some of which are here, some of which you'll find over on his channel. And we'll get to know his story and why the place that we're at today, which is Cabo Pulmo, why that is such a special place for him.
I was born in a coastal town in Venezuela, and I grew up surfing and doing a lot of snorkeling, and always the sea has been around my life. I don't see my life without the sea. I have to live in a city where even if I don't see the sea, I have to know that I have the sea within reach of 5 minutes away from me. I love nature. I have done a lot of stuff in the jungle and the deserts. I love also to explore places, do like overlanding, and so it's a complementary for me to put all this stuff together on the mix and also have the sea as a playground. And well, fortunately, I live at I'm an underwater photographer, a professional underwater photographer, and I built a business around it, so that's my job. Cabo Pulmo is a really special place for me because I got here in 2010, a few years ago, and I didn't know what I was going to see. I just saw a video and I went crazy when I saw it. I said, I have to be there, and I got here. I came here at night. I arrived to San Jose del Cabo at night. The day I arrived here to Baja California Sur. And so I didn't saw anything. And the other day, I got picked up in the airport. We came here and we arrived at dark. I didn't know where I was. When the sun rised, that I saw all the sea and the surroundings, and I was mesmerized. I was like, what is this? That day, I ended up diving. And we have like the biggest school of jacks. I had a few humpback whales also. I spent here for years as an underwater photographer and a guide in Cabo Pulmo water sports. And I have had this special relationship with everyone here. And that was a life I kind of miss now that I'm in La Paz. That was, back then, there was no cell phone signal in Cabo Pulmo. Everything was more wild, to put it in one way. So we lived in a really kind of, I don't know, I might say idyllic, in a dream. Cabo Pulmo was very small back then. It was like 80 people only. And we were diving every day and seeing those magnificent things that are happening now. That I was here when the first sharks arrived again, thanks to the conservation of the park. Cabo Pulmo is very special. I might say probably one of the top 10 places in the world to dive, because here happened something really special. The people that lives here in 1995 decided to stop commercial fishing because the reefs were so depleted that they decided to do something about it, and they stopped commercial fishing operations. And they bet on it. They have a lot of processes and economical struggle and that, but then they got like a really, really big example of how conservation and how mankind can change the relationship with nature from an extractive model to one that is more good with nature, that is in a better relationship with nature. They made peace with the reef, and they stopped extracting things, and now they're making a really good business based on what is in the reef now. So every year in Cabo Pulmo is like you put another layer. I mean, first there were the sharks, now there are like dolphins with the jacks, and then you begin seeing the whales on dive sites. I mean, every year is like a new layer of fascination, and probably this is the closest to what really was the aquarium of the world back then. This is what is left. So it's a really amazing place to dive, and also to contemplate nature as it is. It's beautiful. The surroundings are beautiful. You can hike, you can do mountain biking, and you can have one of the best dives in the world.
So you can check out Leo's channel on YouTube. There'll be a link to that down below, and you'll see all sorts of adventures both on land and by sea. Just amazing photography. The channel is in Spanish, but usually it has English subtitles. And what I like about his Spanish is it's usually pretty slow and relatively easy to understand. So when you put the subtitles on, it's also a great way to learn some Spanish.
Well, my channel is about adventures in the peninsula, maybe on land or water or both combined, diving, and I do a lot also of exploration in overlanding with my truck and camping. And what I do is I want to create like a testimony of how the peninsula was when I stayed here, and to remember in the future things that may be gone or changed or probably improving. That's what we hope. And what I do is, well, I create histories and look for people that I can interview, tell me about the peninsula, and I try to make a good narration about it and talk about the places. I try to subtitle, always do my best subtitling the histories, so you can read it in English. They are always on Spanish. I try to do my best also with my Spanish pronunciation. I try to do it as best as I can. So, well, go check it out. I have a lot of stuff, and a lot of stuff is coming also in the future. And I arrange, if you need to do something, if you want to do something, or if you see something on the channel that you want to do or are curious about it, drop me a message or contact me on Instagram. I always respond every comment, and I can arrange or advise you about what to do here in the peninsula.
Yeah, today has been a wonderful tour so far. We're in the middle of 2 dives today. The first one was with Jax just swimming in a huge mass. This was great to have someone organize the tour, connect with the dive shop. And so I can highly recommend Leo as a guide if you're interested in that. As he mentioned, his contact information, you'll find it down below. If you would like to fund my diving habit, you can go to buymeamargarita.com, and I promise that I won't spend your money on margaritas. If you donate right after this video, I will spend it on diving and future diving videos. So the video that you're seeing today is a mixture of what we recorded today. This was none of my recording because if you've seen any of my recordings before, they are not pretty. This is also things that he shot over time. So you can see what you're likely to see when you check out his channel.
This is the camera that I mainly use for my underwater footage. To begin, it's a normal camera. It's a reflex camera. It's a Canon. And what is special about it is that it has a aluminum housing, which is this one. And what it does is protect it from the water, of course. It's vacuum sealed. And it gives you access to every function the camera has, so you can manipulate it underwater however you can. And it's a camera. It's a normal camera. It's nothing like special, or it's a camera inside an aluminum housing. This big thing here is to help with the lenses. Usually the lenses that you use underwater have to be or fisheye or very, very wide angle. So you have this, so nothing gets on the way of the lens. That's for the camera. And also use here, you have lights because it's very important. You lose a lot of colors. Once you get 3 feet or 1 meter underwater, the reds, they get lost. And since that, all the colors get lost until you see everything very blue. So what you do with the lights is recover all those wonderful colors everything has underwater. And those nice yellow things are the minions. Those are floating buoys. I one day went to the internet and I found out that they were very expensive. It's like around 50 to 80 bucks a buoy for the arm of the floating arms. So this is only fishing buoys for nets. What I did is I cut it and I made this, and it helps me for my wrists not to suffer much from the weight of the camera and being all the time pushing the camera underwater. So what it does is that it creates a neutral flotation. So it's very nice and also for the shots, it helps you get it like steady. If you want to know more, I do underwater photography courses. Also, you can contact me for that and I can arrange this. And I can adapt to your timing to do a very complex course or a very basic, depending on whatever you want. Or I can also assess you on how to get your what equipment buy.
I think I need to take an underwater photography course because, as you've seen, if you've seen my footage before, it is totally blue, but it's shot with a knockoff GoPro. So clearly a different level of camera.
If you want to begin doing underwater photography, and I know this rig looks very intimidating, but you can begin doing great stuff with something as small and simple as a GoPro. And I can teach you how to create impressive stuff with that. And well, and also if you want to have something like this, I can teach you how to use it and how to make the most out of it. The thing is, you can begin at any level if you want.
Okay, so it looks like I don't have an excuse for having that blue-green footage that's kind of grainy and whatnot, so maybe I just need to learn to use my equipment better. But I'll also have links to some of his equipment down below, so if you want to check out some equipment that you could use for underwater photography, you will find those links down below. So you're going to find videos from Leo's channel up here, and then down here, other videos from my channel. So from Cabo Pulmo, Baja California Sur, wish you were here. Hasta luego.